Hello, beautiful family. How are you all doing? Thank you so dearly for always tuning in. I really appreciate. Today, the first time you are coming across us, so you are hearing this voice for the first time. We still remain Progress News, and we give you all the latest updates. Remember, in this platform, we react to all videos, and your opinion is highly needed. So sit back, watch this video, and I'll be right back.
You are watching right now, it concerned the video I made yesterday when I were preaching a lot of Biafran people to be very, very careful the kind of people you will be mingling with. Here once you love Biafra, or here once you have once anyway talk about Biafra in good way. You must be very, very careful. And this is his name is Stephen, and he's coming from Enugu State in Amata, Awgu local government. And the reason why we are doing something like this is for every single Biafran people to understand what we are saying, or when we are telling you that these people, they don't meant well for you, you will not understand it. And this is the reason why something like this, we bring it in public so that a lot of you people guys will use it and learn. You use it and see with your eyes. This guy you are seeing here, because I'm going to say the story how, because before you see us bringing something like this, people are crying, people are in pain, people are feeling it. There is no any other way they have to go about it, and people are begging for help, that we should help and reach out to tell the world what is going on in their community. And moreover, you know what it is, in some villages they have no access to medias and stuff. And this is the reason why when you get to our notice, people are begging. And before we will bring something like this to you, Biafrans, there will be investigation, and the check look into a lot of things before, and how it is started and where it is going. And this is the reason why you must pay attention to these things. Of course, it started yesterday, and this particular person you are seeing, what they have used this person and do, I will still post a video, a pictures of people they have used this person you are seeing on the screen as well. You are seeing here. I will still make a video with people they have used this guy, arrest or kidnap, or any way you can put it. And first of all, I want to say one thing. I want you to understand. You see this guy here, because yesterday when I was making video, I was telling you guys that what they did is that they bring people, everybody come together, and at the end of the day, then some particular people will say no, then some particular people will say yes, agree and disagree. That is what they does. And this I'm saying it by telling you that anybody that is calling you for recruitment, you must be very careful. Anybody that is telling you that if you come for ESN recruitment, you must be very, very careful. They don't mean well for you. This guy you are seeing on the screen here, he was, or let me say, he is one of the so-called ESN, because I'm going to put the story how it was started and where the story later ended. And this is for most of you people, Biafrans back home, who will gallivant when they tell you, relax, don't be faster than your shadow. You will not listen. This man you are seeing here is a youth leader in Awgu local government, Enugu State. His name is Stephen. He is one of the ESN. One of the ESN, just like we are telling you that anybody that call you for ESN recruitment for run for your life. This guy you are seeing here, he is one of the so-called ESN and this and that stuff like that. But it get a certain place. As along the line, they are doing their ESN stuff, everybody gallivanting, doing their things. You get a certain place, then you know what it is. Just like we told you, that anybody calling for ESN recruitment right now, they don't meant well for you. But when most of us we are coming to preach, telling you that you need to desist from anybody calling you for ESN recruitment, you might think that Simon Ekpa and the people, Simon Ekpa and the boys, because you don't want to listen to this particular truth. And this is the reason why sometimes all this thing that is happening, we will bring it to notice so you might learn from it. Because it is sometimes important evidence is present to you people, because maybe you might learn from that instead of you being ignorant. Because telling you people sometimes to stop being ignorant of some particular things, you don't listen. And this is the reason why they bring you something like this, so that you might learn from it, or so that you might get sense from it. This guy, one of we are ESN and stuff. He won. Let me say he is one of the so-called ESN and stuff. But today, as I'm talking to you, this guy, according to the story that is coming from his Awgu local government in Enugu state, this guy now is now being used to pick innocent Biafrans, to pick innocent people. And he was one of the people called ESN. And now he's now turning around. He has turned around, leave being, and as I'm talking to you as well, he's now a youth leader in their local government. And this is the person that called himself ESN. This is the person that claimed he ESN member, is fighting for Biafra. This is the guy, his name is Stephen, in Awgu local government in Enugu state. But today, as I'm telling you, this guy have turned around and is now the tools they are using to pick innocent Biafrans, innocent people. They are now using him right now to pick people. I mean, those he were mingling with in terms of we are Biafran, we are ESN, we are this. This is a kind of movement, this is a kind of thing they use you. Because when we tell you, say, you have to desist from anything called recruitment of ESN, you don't want to listen. When I was making video here yesterday, telling Biafran you must desist, you must understand that anybody telling you ESN here and there doesn't mean well for you. Everybody was like, oh, you saw it yesterday. Some people were insulting us. You go to our inbox, a lot of insult was there. The same person that we are writing, the same person goes to our inbox writing nonsense, talking nonsense. And it did not end there. Because a lot of things is still in a place in the name of a lot of things that people are doing in the name of ESN. A lot is still there. And this guy you are seeing here, he claimed to be one of ESN. At the end of the day, he is now the tools they use picking innocent people from his village. And this is the example of what they do. Because when they tell you that we are recruiting ESN, they don't mean well for you. They mean business. Some people will just come close to you to join you in the name of we are Biafran, in the name of we are this, in the name of that. They don't mean that thing they are telling you. What is in their heart is different from what you are seeing or what they are telling you. But every one of them already knows what they have in heart. And this is what I told most of you yesterday, that the biggest business they are doing right now is to gather some set of people and say, we are this, we are that. At the end of the day, the same person that is gathering you knows what they are gathering you for. They knows the business they are using, they are about to use you for. And this is what is going on right now. As somebody who claims he is a ESA member, turn around overnight and now became the person that is now pointing at people, picking people now in his village, is now chairman. Of course, they said as well he's a youth leader in Awgu local government in Enugu state. And the same person now is now the person they are using picking people from his villages. And those people he is picking is people he was a member with. Because this is the reason why you need to know that these people, they commit atrocity that you can never believe in. This person that you see they are now using, picking others, are the same people that he were moving with, the same people he were doing the same job with. The same people that he were moving with, doing the same, drinking with. These are the persons that have now turned overnight and begin to pick innocent people, picking people from his village in the name of ESN. In the name of their ESN, the name of is ESN this, ESN that. Look at what you do to yourself in the name of your ESN. In the name of, because reason why all these things now we are telling you all this thing right now is that we are giving you example of what is happening already. Before you going into it, that you, because everything that we're telling you right now is to desist yourself from anybody claiming a recruitment of ESN or anybody telling you how they want to recruit you to BSN. You must desist, because this is the job they use your life do. The job they use you is to use you cash out. The job they do is to use your life and be good and live better. Because if that is not so, how can you, Steven, this guy on the screen, how can you You was a member of the same people, you are following with them, because this is a cry from the village. A cry from the people that you were moving with, a cry from the same people that you were claiming you are working with. And now, as I'm talking to you, as a youth leader, you are now picking people, pointing at people, and now the people to pick. This is what they use every single one of you people for. Propagandists. They bring you ESN this, ESN that. At the end of the day, they go use you cash out. And remember, these people, they don't mean well for you. Because anybody that means well for you can never orchestrate or cause something that is going to lure into something. But this is what they do. So you must desist yourself from anything called ESN, because this one is already happening. And people have been preaching, telling you how you need to desist yourself, free yourself from this kind of art in terms of you want to be ESN. They are telling you they want to recruit you. These ones that you are seeing, this one right now, he is the ESN member. And turn overnight and start using, his own group of people that he were moving with, he now turn around overnight and start pointing at them, and they are now picking them. So many of them have been picked. So many of them have been arrested. So many of them have been kidnapped. So many of them is nowhere to be found. And this is the person they are using as a youth leader, as a ESN member, because he cannot deny that he was not ESN member. You are ESN member and now turn overnight. This is what you will gain when Biafran government is telling you to desist from anything called ESN. You refuse. This is what you gain, because those who will bring you on board, the same people that will bring you to some bush and say they are giving you training, the same that is going to use you and cash out. That is what they are going to do with you. So what is this thing all about that you don't want to listen here? Help yourself. ESN, they have told you how Biafran government have already pay you and announced to you, lecture you that ESN is no more. ESN that Mazna can launch is now into Biafran Army, Navy, Air Force, according to the Biafran government narrative. And for that reason, there's no any ESN anywhere anymore. But so many of you people are being called, we are coming to your village to recruit ESN, and you are daft enough to not to ask yourself, where are the ESN that they claim that ESN still did. They claim that ESN this, ESN that. Why can't you ask a simple question? Where are the ESN that Maznam can launch? If you people claim that you're reasonable people and sometimes you think, can't you ask yourself, where are the ESN that Maznam can launch? Because when the Biafran government is telling you that they have take the ESN that Magna can launch into Biafran Army, Navy, Air Force. I did all this narrative yesterday. I make sure that every one of you people understand it. But it did not end there. So many people are still gallivanting. They want to be part of ESN. They want to go and be joining ESN. Just like some people, they mention that they want to be recruiting ESN. That is a high time. Some people write that is a high time that you want to recruit a volunteer to defend Biafra. And the question you refuse to ask, you gullible ones that will dab into it, and at the end of why not ask some questions that why is this thing happen? Where are the ESN that Maznam Kano launched? All of you people knows. Because sometimes you don't ask questions. You just go into something because you hear or you have. Everybody loves Biafra. But there's one thing you need to understand. You need to understand where, because they say before you climb on top tree, you must first of all stand your ground, watch the tree. Where are the branches you hold that will not break on your way climbing? That is how they do. You need to study something before going into it. You want to be part of Biafran to liberate Biafra, fine. But the question is, where are the right roads to follow? And the right road is already in public. That is, which is Biafran government today. Biafran government have warned every one of you to desist. Desist that there's nothing like ESN anymore. But most of people, you hang your body. Of course, you don't care. You are still doing your ESN for some villages, some part of the places. Right now, these are the people that you were doing with. This guy, he of course, you people need to understand what I say. He was, or he is, or was one of the ESN, and now turn around overnight and start pointing at his own fellow people that he were moving with. Now is is it a local government youth leader? Awgu local government youth leader, he is the person, and now he's the same person that is now pointing out others, and these people are the same people that he were moving with. Just like I told you yesterday, that you should mind the people that you'll be moving with, the people surrounding you. It's not everybody that surrounding you meant well for you, and especially when you know very well that you love something that is called Biafra. That Biafra, I told you, this particular Biafra we are talking about is too big. To the extent nobody want to listen, to the extent nobody want to hear you. And for that reason, you must understand the kind of people that you'll be mingling with, the kind of people you'll be dealing with. And look at it now. In the name of ESN, some villages are still being, some local government are still suffering in the name of ESN that is not existing anymore. People are still being, abducted in the name of ESN. And the same people causing the abduction and the arrest and whatever you might call it are the same people who were moving together, friend, we are doing Biafra. The same people are the same people they are using. So if this young man here will now turn overnight, of course as a member of ESN, and now turn overnight to be the instrument against others, what does that tell you? What do you learn? What do you learn from that? Because sometimes when they're telling you to get sense and learn, you don't want to learn until you see something. Biafran government emerge and make sure that because since then, Mazen Amkan abduction, they abducted him. Everything was so much in terms of everything was bad. To the extent anybody can get up and enter anywhere and say and do whatever I want to do in the name of ESN. Not until Biafran government emerge. After the emergement of Biafran government, then the force, navy, everyone, they implement their government and their force, which is now the original and the ultimate. And that was the reason why everything was stopped. Everything that ESN was switched to Biafran government, and anybody you see now parading his or herself as ESN is not what they call themselves. And you're being told to desist yourself from such act, ESN this, ESN that. Now as I'm talking to you, if this guy is an ESN member and now turn overnight and start pointing at his fellow people, what do you learn from that? What do you learn from that? Because when they are telling you something, you don't want to learn something. You don't want to get sense. So if this person is a ESN member and turn overnight and start pointing others, and is now an instrument to arrest others, which he was a member with, which was those you were moving with, just like I told that those who laugh with you, those who move you, you should be very careful with them. But you don't want to listen. Now this man now is now an instrument they use, kidnapping people, arresting people. You can call it arrest or kidnap or whatever you might call it. And bear it in mind that this guy is pointing at are those who were moving with them, those you were working with. And this is the reason why you must understand, you must know that anybody telling you about Eastern Security Network don't mean well to you, because everybody want you. Everybody who attend or who try to, at the end of the day, if it's something like this that is happening to others, it's going to happen to you. Just like this one turn overnight as a member of them and turn overnight and start and be the instrument of picking others. That is exactly what is going to happen to you. So anywhere you find yourself in Awgu local government, Enugu state, understand that this man he has seen here is now the one that they use against innocent Biafrans. I want Biafran government to be aware of this, that this very young man that you are seeing here, his name is Stephen. In anything that is happened, he will never count himself out. He is one of the people that were terrorizing people, and now at the end of the day turn around and start being the instrument of picking other people, those he were moving with. So the whole world must understand it that in Awgu local government, Enugu state, this very young man is the one that is picking people from his villages, and those he's picking with, he picking at those he were working with, those he's dealing with, those he were moving with. All of them were working hand to hand. And this should be a very big lesson to any of you people who will come up and claim ESN here, ESN there. You want to be part of ESN. What this guy is doing right now is what is going to happen to you. When they put you in a place, at the end of the day, they will use the same people, pick you and use you for whatever they want to use you for. Those they have picked in Ogun local government, this guy is the person they are just using, picking. He's a youth leader, and he's the person they are using now to pick people. Who are the people that he's picking? The people that he is working with, the people that he's moving with. And the community have cried so loud, begging that we should let the whole world know, or let Biafran government know, that this is what is going on in their community. And the story said that he was one of them. He is one of the people that the ESN, he is one of them, and now turn overnight and start picking others. As a matter of that, he is also a youth leader in Awgu local government in Enugu state. So we wish drawing attention of Biafran government into this matter to look into Awgu local government Enugu state and see what they can do. Because anybody that is using ESN name at the end of the day and turn around and start doing all this kind of thing, you are equally evil, and ESN, whatever I might call it, you are equally bad as well. And Biafran government should look into this matter, that the community of local government in Enugu state is crying for the help of Biafran government. They are crying for the help of Biafran government, that Biafran government should help them, that their community have been overrun by the enemy. They are picking their people. They are picking both the innocent and those who have maybe associated themselves with ESN. That is what the Awgu local government people are begging. Awgu local government in Enugu state, they are begging Amata, Awgu local government. They are. I'm sorry guys, my network is so bad. So please, Biafran people all over the world, whenever you see this video, make sure that you get to some people, make them know what is going on. That Biafran should understand. Every Biafran people in Awgu local government in Enugu state, you must understand. And you should be also as well security conscious. And most of you people who have involved yourself in ESN, and today you can see what they are now using you for. You can see it. And I believe that most of you people are genuinely love Biafra. You genuinely love Biafra, and this is the reason why some of these things, or some of this is happening now. So Biafran government should involve themselves in this and help the Enugu Amata Awgu local government people. They really need Biafran government help. They really need Biafran government help. And as I'm speaking right now, on behalf of Amata Awgu local government Enugu state, Biafran government should look into their matter and please speak and help them. They need Biafran government help, because as of today, this is what they are doing. And for you as well, who claim you want to be part of ESN, this is what they does. They will recruit you as ESN, and at the end of the day, they will say you as ESN. And there's nobody from anywhere that is going to do it. The same people that we are moving with. Just like this one ESN member that have turned overnight and begin to do what? And begin to point at other people. So Biafrans all over the world should understand, and the Enugu people as a whole should understand that Amata Awgu local government Enugu state, this is the guy. He's also a youth leader, in Awgu local government. He's the one they are using, picking people, innocent people, and as well his own member. They are picking innocent people, and as well his own member as a ESN. He's also a ESN member, and now turn overnight, and they are now using him to pick others and also picking innocent people. This is the guy. His name is Steven. The whole world should be aware of it, and Enugu State people as a whole should be aware of it, that Amata, Awgu local government, Stephen, a youth leader, he is the one that they are using, picking innocent people, and he is the one that is now, he is the ESN member, and now turn around and start pointing his own member. That is one thing people need to understand. He is a ESN member, and now he have turned around and start doing what, and start pointing his member to be arrested, to be kidnapped or whatever. As I'm talking to you, people are being picked from Awgu local government Enugu State every blessed day, every daily. As I'm speaking to you, yesterday people was picked. People are being chased. And these people that they are chasing are the same people he were moving with, the same people he was working with. But now he have now turned around and turned the instrument of the enemy to, or how should I use it, or what should I say, the instrument of the other people, to against his own fellow people that he were moving with, to against his own fellow people that he were working with. And this is what you need to know. Anybody that is calling you for ESN, you are on your own. Just like what this one is doing, that is exactly what they are going to use you do as well. They will call you, recruit you, carry you go some bush, they train you, finish. At the end of the day, that is not exactly what they are calling you for. They have a very big reason why they are recruiting you. And mind you, what is happening to other ones called ESN is the same that is going to happen to you. You understand? So you should not blame anybody whenever you're a victim of this ESN, you must understand that you put yourself into it. That is what you need to know. This Steven is one of the people, one of the ESN member, and now turn around and start, you see, is now the enemy of the same people he were working with, or the same people that you were moving with. So Enugu State people must understand this, and I'm also calling on behalf of Awgu local government Amata people that these people, they need Amata people, Awgu local government need Biafran government help. So I wish Biafran government will speak for these people and fight for them. I wish they would do something about it. So you that would love to join ESN, I believe this might be the very big opportunity for you. You might listen to this and learn. And as for Steven, you my brother, you know what is best for you. If you can be able to stand and turn around against the same people you were moving with, of course, what you give to someone else, when they give it to you, you will as well enjoy it. Yes, that is the one thing you need to know. There's anything you do to somebody, because as you are doing it to somebody, of course you love it. That's why you are doing it to someone else. And believe me, one day your own time will come. That is it. And believe me, by the grace of God, Biafran government have made it very clear that anybody that is against his own people is also against Biafran government. And there's nobody that is going to escape any single thing, any single evil deed, any single bad commitment in Biafran territory. There is nobody that is going to escape it. That is what Biafran government say. So you yourself, Stephen, that is now the instrument of the enemy to be picking your people, to be picking fellow people, the people that you were working with, as a ESN member. You are now turn around overnight and start being the instrument they are using, picking the follow, your fellow woman, the fellow people that you were moving with. Remember that you are part of them, and you must say whatever you want to say, you must claim whatever you want to claim. But believe me, in Biafran government, they knows very well that as well you were part of those that were there doing whatever they were doing. Now is the time, and believe me, whatever you did, your own time is come back. You understand? And that is it. So God bless every single Biafran people all over the world. And I want to God bless Biafran. I'm gonna come back and continue this video because it is very, very important that you know better and what I'm saying. God bless you, Biafran people. And those people that they have used this guy and pick up their pictures, of course, we are going to post the pictures of the people they have used this Stephen pick. We are going to post it as well so that they will understand that this is what they have been doing. And him himself, he knows what he has been doing. So definitely we are going to put a picture of those they have kidnapped or those they have arrested. You can call it whatever name you like, through this very man. And for you who is gallivanting that you want to be this, you want to join ESN, is your business, none of our business. Our own is to bring it to your notice for your own good. When you decide not to, it's your business. It's none of anybody's business. But for your good, we are bringing to you. So God bless Biafran government, which I have called for the people of Awgu local government in Enugu state. We are calling for your help. We are calling for Biafran government help on behalf of Awgu local government people in Amata village. We are begging Biafran government to look into their matter. That people of Amata in Awgu local government, they are really begging, looking forward for Biafran government help. And I wish Biafran government will reach out to Amanta people in Awgu local government area. So God bless Biafran government. God bless every single Biafran citizens all over the world. God bless everybody. God bless us as well. And God give every one of us strength who is speaking for Biafra. Of course, you know it's not easy, but we will continue telling the world and also continue showing the world what we have for Biafra. And for those who have been the instrument against Biafra, of course, everybody, whatever what you do, believe me, you will definitely get it. That's what I always say, Biafran. If you do good one, it is also waiting for you. If you do bad one, as well, it is waiting for you. So there's no anything that you contribute in anybody's life or anywhere that is not waiting for you. If you contribute good one, is there waiting for you. Contribute bad one, is there waiting for you. And don't forget, Stephen, that you are ESA member who turn overnight and start picking the same, or you turn overnight and be the instrument of picking your fellow people that you were working with. What I'm trying to say is that whatever what you are doing is also as well waiting for you. God bless every Biafran government, the ministers and everybody. All help Biafran. God bless you people who also give opportunity to speak to me sometimes or to bring this kind of information to your notice. And all this reason why I'm doing this.
So my wonderful family, that brings us to the end of this update. Do well to like the video, share and subscribe. Thank you and bye bye.